video number 5, or shave number 5. So we've got another storm today, nice and windy. But, yeah, so how's everybody doing? I hope nobody, well certainly this country, we're all seeing the effects of this wind. But just Proraso pre-shave. I've changed the camera angle because I was having problems with the gimbal. So I'm putting my pre-shave on. Yeah, it's been a bit windy. I think it's not as windy as last weekend, but Storm Dennis, this one's called. Where they get the names from, well, Dennis is a fairly common name, I suppose, but yeah, so this one's called Storm Dennis. The winds aren't quite as strong. They might gust up to about 70 miles an hour. But it's more the rain this time. I think the rain's going to be pretty bad. The brush for today, I didn't include it in the photograph, so it's the Yaki brush with the tuxedo knot again. And I'm using Arko Cool Shaving Cream. So, and all I'm going to do with this is just put a little bit in here. And just put a little bit more water on the face. And a few drops in the brush. And off I go. So yeah, another windy one. Today's razor is the Merkur 37C Slant. It's a bit more aggressive than any of the previous, well mind you, the last razor, the adjustable at setting, I think I had setting 6 or 7. That was pretty aggressive. And my face was a bit sore after that, so I've learnt for next time. But yeah, so the 37C Slant is the next razor. So here we go. Now the main difference with the Slant is, if you can see, the bar at the front, and it's kind of skew off at the side, so there's a slant, so it acts a bit like a scythe on, you know, a bit like a scythe on your face. There is a technique called a slide technique, I think it is, where you use a normal razor and when you make your strokes, you sort of make a diagonal stroke that way, which duplicates what a slant bar can do. Certainly more aggressive this way. But anyway, so here we go. So usual thing, there's no difference. Put it 90 degrees to your face, tip it up about 30 degrees, and off you go. The blade in here is an Astra green, which is actually one of my favourite blades. I think there are a lot of people out there who like them, and there's quite a lot of people who don't like them, but for me, they suit me just fine. And this is a much more efficient razor than any, well, again, the adjustable is a different case. Because it's adjustable, you can make it efficient or more efficient or less efficient, whichever way you want to make it. And when I use the terminology efficiency, it doesn't necessarily mean smoother. You know, this is a very smooth shave, but it's definitely more efficient than the Merkur 34 or the Edwin Jagger D89. So, and if you haven't seen those videos, they're on my previous videos. So, yeah, please consider subscribing to my channel as well. I've noticed, and I've been reminded by my daughter, she said, you're not asking anybody to subscribe, so please, you know, subscribe, and you can follow my journey through the history of my razor purchases. If it interests you, if it doesn't, don't worry about it. But this is the fifth razor I purchased, the Slant. I was getting more confident with my shaving technique by this point, so I decided to go for something a bit more efficient, or aggressive as they call it. So, right, first pass done. Let's get going. And this Arko shaving cream is great. It's not expensive, it's very cheap in fact. This one is cool, so it's got menthol in it. Has a real cooling effect on the skin, which is very nice. I do like the Arko shaving creams. Nice and slick and not expensive. And they've got a decent scent to them. So, well worth buying. So, across the grain, and as you've probably figured by now, I've scrapped my old way of shaving. I'm just going to go the same way on both sides, because after making the mistake the first time, I didn't see any difference in the shave, so I've just carried on. But that's the thing, I've been shaving for years, and that was the system I was using, I was happy with, and I've learnt something new. So across the growth this way. Yeah, another channel I've been watching recently is IMCDB. He's great. Gives you the honest sort of truth, what he thinks about certain products, and he's not that I don't think I've actually seen anybody who's just been marketing the products. They've all told the truth. Nobody's any better than others, but I just like his style, really. So look him up, IMCDB. He's well worth a follow. Let's wet the face again. So going to the third pass now. I'm hoping this video will be a bit quicker again, I'm not sure, we'll see. Feels a bit quicker because I'm already on the third pass. So against the grain. Yeah, he's just reviewed, I think they're called soap sheets or something. They actually look like tissue paper you get out of a box, and they're impregnated with shaving soap. Yeah, that's quite a funny watch. He was not impressed. And he's even done a tribute to Paul H Films, and if you don't know him, then you should definitely be watching him as well. But yeah, oh, I've dicked myself. Look, you've got to be careful with the slant. Again, you can be overconfident, but you're gonna get nicks. You're gonna get nicks. Even the pros do. But suffice to say, they don't hurt, and an Allen block will close that up, or just let it dry off on its own. You don't have to do the old-fashioned thing of getting a bit of tissue paper and sticking on your face. Walking around, that's a bit embarrassing. But yeah, so that's definitely worth a watch. IMCDB, very good, very good. I won't give too much away, but his reaction was quite funny. So let's wash off. Let's see what we need. Usual spots there. Oh, I've got a bit, yeah, there. So it's quite dark today because of the storm outside. And actually it's, I mean, what time is it? We're now coming up to 4:30 in the afternoon. So if it gets particularly interesting, I might do a short video clip out the window and post it up for your interest. Last week, I should have done that last weekend. I mean, that was quite something. Right, so that's my shave done. Let that water go. Warm rinse. And then cold rinse. A bit of alum. So it's only stinging where I cut myself. I should sort that out, no problem. So that's the alum block used. You can get alum off Amazon. You can get it off the English Shaving Company, which I think is part of Edwin Jagger. You know, there are various places, just Google it. Right, so just to quickly recap while I'm waiting for this alum to do its work. The hardware was the Merkur 37C. The brush, still dirty, I'll clean that up after, was the Yaki. Pre-shave was the Proraso. The soap was the Arko Cool, and my usual post shave after the alum block is a bit of that. So the boots, Witchazel and Teatree oil. Then I'm bringing back my old friend. This is the one I regularly use, the Nivea Post Balm. That really works well for me. After that, I'm going for a matching aftershave, the Arko Cool Cologne, which is also very cooling. And then to finish it off, something different this time. To the Nivea, this is the Saalco. So I'm trying that out. That was a sample from the Personal Barber Club. So right, let's wash this off. On with Witchazel and Teatree oil. has to dry in. Just give the beard a quick. So yeah, that's soaking in nicely. Help it along its way. Right. Let's use the Nivea. Now this is quite liquidy, but you don't need a lot. Something like that. Throw that on. So yeah, I've got a new shaving bowl I wanted to show you, which is, I've got to put my glasses on for this. The seasoned shavers will know it straight away. I'll be shouting it at the screen. Saponifico or Saponificio Varescino. So my glasses misting up. So I'm going to try that next time. They call it the Holy Grail shaving bowl, or the shaving grail. So yeah, on with the Arko aftershave with the Cologne. Again, just a sting there, but it's not the Slant. The 37C is not a razor I would recommend for a beginner. I would definitely, you know, go for something that's going to be more forgiving, like the 34C or the D89, the Edwin Jagger, or the Merkur. It'll give you a better start. The next razor is another beginner's razor. Well, I hate to say beginner's razor because these razors can be used by anybody. This is the Gillette. No, this is the Wilkinson's. Is it the Wilkinson? God, you know, I think it's the Wilkinson Sword Classic. Yeah, the Wilkinson Sword Classic razor. That's my travel razor, but it's also a very cheap way to get into shaving. If you're not sure, buy yourself that. It'll come with a few blades, and it will cost you very little. So this is a Saalco cream going on now. Oh, this has like a musky smell. Nice. But yeah. Right, so that's me done for the day. So I noticed in my last video I didn't say bye the usual way, so from the Merkur 37C and from me, bye bye for now.